What's going on? So today's video we're going to be opening a new piece of gear for here at the studio. Many of y'all have seen my videos. I do drum covers. I dabble with guitar and bass, mostly just for fun, but mostly deal with drums. I've been curious about getting more into the technical side of music production, as I've been shooting some collaboration videos with other creators, helping them write music to original songs. I've been in the market looking for another piece of gear that could help me incorporate other instruments besides drums, bass, guitar, and stuff like that. And I've been interested in picking up I think they're called a Midi keyboard. It's a digital piano basically that plugs into your DAW and integrates as a digital piano. It's also got other features, but again, you know, I'm not too tech savvy when it comes to these things. I did grow up learning how to play the piano, I guess. I was self-taught. I did take lessons briefly for a little bit my early years as a child. I haven't dabbled around with it in the last probably like 10-15 years, but it's kind of one of those things like riding a bike. It's something you don't really forget how to do once you figure it out. So I went ahead and picked up a Midi keyboard based on the DAW that I use. I run Studio One 5 Artist, I believe is the version I'm using. Compatibility wise, this was the best bang for the buck without spending a fortune. Again, I didn't want to spend $300+ on a Midi controller because I didn't know how often I was going to use it or incorporate it into future projects. So I just wanted to pick up something simple that was easy to navigate, that had the controls and functions that I was looking for. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Nektar GX61 by Nektar. So this is a 61 key Midi keyboard controller, digital piano, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to unbox this thing. I'm going to kind of briefly show you the setup process of this with Studio One, because on YouTube right now there's people that unbox this thing. They show how they set it up and they start playing on it, but they don't exactly show the setup process. I know this comes with instructions, but I figured I'd take the time to make the video to kind of document the setup process so you'll know how easy or difficult it is when it comes to looking for a product like this. It might be a make or break decision whether you buy something cheaper or more expensive. So with that being said, let's get into it. This pretty much takes up the entirety of the desk. 61 notes, full-size velocity sensitive keyboard. It's got a pitch bend and modulation controller wheels, which are these two little guys right here. 7 assignable MIDI transport buttons, which are these guys up here. Secondary MIDI button layer, 14 buttons total, which is all these. It's also got some shortcuts up here that tell you what does what. MMC programmable transport buttons, potentiometer assignable. It's got 4 velocity curves, so the velocity curve determines the softness, the sensitivity to the keys. So if you're playing softer versus harder, it allows that gradual curve of the note to be played rather than it just being a hard note or a soft note all the time. It's a gradual curve. Then it has USB host powered, so this will plug into most any computer with a USB port and connect straight up to the DAW. Connects to iOS and PC via camera connection. Oh, connect to iOS via camera connection kit, not included. So you can run this to a phone or an iPad, I'm assuming. 1/4-inch TS sustainable pedal jack, pedal not included. But speaking of pedal not included, I went ahead and picked up a sustain pedal for this because it didn't have a bundle for an option with a sustain pedal. So I went ahead and picked one up, and I'm going to put links for both the pedal and the keyboard down in the description at the end of this video. So if you guys are in the market for a product like this, or you get a wild hair and you just feel like spending money, both are going to be there for that option. USB MIDI controller, works with any MIDI software. So the thing about Nektar is it's got an integrated software, I think it is, that automatically connects with most DAW hardware systems. And again, it says that right here in the box, Nektar DAW integration for most DAWs. I wanted something that I wasn't going to have to fiddle around with, that was going to make setting this up a hassle. In other people's videos, they say it's pretty quick, straightforward, so again, I'm going to document this. So without further rambling and all that other stuff, let's unbox this thing and set it up. There is the keyboard. It doesn't feel cheap. It's not super light, but it's not super heavy. Okay, so there it is. You can see, compared to me, it's pretty good size. It's got an on-off switch, USB port, and a foot pedal on the back. So I'm gonna head and set this down here. Keys feel plasticky, but not bad for a keyboard. They are kind of loud. But I think if you're playing, you know, relatively, naturally, then it's not going to be a big issue, especially if you're playing sound through speakers. So I think we're at a stage now where we can connect this to our software, Studio One. So I'm just going to talk through this process. So it says locate the Nektar GX61 Persona Support Controller, install all that stuff. We did that. Gonna boot up Studio One, initial setup screen. We're gonna go to configure external devices. We're going to go to preference menu, external devices. Okay, so I'm going to move this over here. Okay, configure external devices. So now we have the keyboard selected. This window makes sure all the MIDI channels 1 through 16 are highlighted in blue. So we're going to go through, let me see here, add new device. There's the Nektar folder. Click expand arrow, click on Impact LX plus keyboard option, then click OK. LX plus keyboard option. Okay. Click OK, close the window. Click OK. All 16 channels are highlighted in blue. In the receive from field, select MIDI 1 or MIDI 2 and 1. Okay, so receive from MIDI. Make sure there are no other boxes checked that I don't have checked. Okay, so everything looks good. We're going to hit OK. And then exit add device menu and OK again to exit preferences. Look at that, we got sound. That was kind of the setup process of the Nektar GX61 Impact 61 key controller. Yeah, feel free to leave a comment down below if you have questions about this. I know I didn't really provide a whole ton of useful information, but I figured I would showcase the unboxing of this while I myself am trying to learn and figure this kind of stuff out. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and upload this quick little video. That being said, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.